Hello students, let us check out the solution of this fifth problem from the IOQP paper number 2, right? So this is the subjective problem we are talking about. In this question, what is happening that there is a girl Amina and she throws a ball with respect to velocity with respect to herself with velocity u vector, right? And she throws the ball in a vertical plane such that the ball lands to position C, and in the meantime this girl B, Bina here, and that is represented by this letter B, she reaches to point C, right? And these two girls are actually sitting on this merry-go-round and revolving with the angular speed of this disc or whatever this thing is, merry-go-round, and this is rotating with angular velocity omega. And we have to determine these things, that the magnitude of this speed, right, u, and the angle theta, which is basically the angle between the angle with the horizontal plane, angle of the velocity vector with the horizontal plane. Also there is another angle, that is phi, and that angle phi is actually nothing but the angle between this AB line and the projection of the velocity vector on this horizontal plane, right? So these part you have to determine. So the first part is of course determination of these three parts in the general terms of r, omega, and alpha and other of course quantities, right? So let's that this xy plane is in the horizontal plane, and the vertically upward direction is the z direction that is actually coming towards you, right? So here you can first take the velocity of this ball that was thrown with respect to ground, and if you are writing this with respect to ground, you have to add the velocity of this girl A here, and this girl A was actually moving in the minus y direction with velocity omega times r. So first we will take the component of the velocity vector along the horizontal plane and the vertical plane, right? So the vertical component will be u sine theta, and so that part becomes u sine theta k cap, and the horizontal component here is shown in this line, right? So it can be taken, the component of this vector can also be taken along the x and y direction. So the x component will become u cos theta into cos phi, and in the y direction we also have to add this part here, the velocity of A that was in the downward direction, right? So we just added it, and so there is minus sign because the direction of Amina was actually in the negative direction, negative y direction, right? So that is what we have got here. Now just from this geometry argument you can see that this external angle here will be equal to 2 alpha, because this line, this length is equal to radius, and this length is also equal to radius. These two angles will be same, so this is angle 2 alpha. So let's say the time taken or the time of flight of this projectile is capital T, and in the same time this girl B has reached to position C. That means the angular displacement of the disk is actually equal to 2 alpha. So from here we can say that time taken will be equal to angular displacement by angular velocity. Also we can say that time will be equal to 2 times vertical component of the velocity u sine theta by g, right? So that is my equation number 3. Also in the equation number 1, what I have written is that the total, since xy plane is all in the horizontal direction, so along the x direction this projectile is also, this ball is also moving with uniform velocity, and along the y direction also it is moving with the uniform velocity. So along the x direction, this is the component of the velocity along x direction multiplied by time. So velocity into time will be equal to distance traveled. And from here you can see that this distance here from A to C will be equal to 2r cos alpha, right? Just drop a perpendicular from the center, right? And this to this distance will be equal to r cos alpha. Again, this to this position will be r cos alpha. So this AC distance will be 2r cos alpha. And if we just take the component of this 2r cos alpha in this triangle here, so the base will be equal to 2r cos alpha multiplied by cos alpha. So this is the displacement along the x direction, and that must be equal to velocity along the x direction into time. Again, we can take the similar, equation along the y direction. So along the y direction, this is the velocity into time, and that must be equal to this distance here, that is 2r cos alpha into sin alpha, right? So we have just taken this omega r term towards the right, and we got this equation as equation number 2. And if we just divide the equation number 2 from equation number 1, we'll get the value of tan phi. So of course we got the value of phi because these terms were given, right? So in terms of alpha, we have now the value of phi as tan inverse this quantity, right? So now let's move on to next part here. Now you can see here that we have got the value of u sine theta, right? And if we just divide this equation 2 to equation 1, u cos theta will be cancelling out. So u will be cancelling out. We will be getting, okay, so that part we did, right? So by that we determine the value of theta. So what can we do next? Yes, we can just square it up, square the equation number 1 and equation number 2 and add it up, right? So that is what we did. So that is how we got u square cos square theta, and we already had the information of u sine theta. So we just squared these two and just add these two quantities. You will get the value of u square in the left hand side, and you just have to add these two terms and take the under root of all this term. So you'll get the value of u. So such a large expression of u and such a complicated relation, right? And the value of tan theta, the value of tan theta will be nothing but equal to u sine theta divided by u cos theta, right? So this term, under root of this term divided by under root of this term. So now we have got the value of theta also, that is tan inverse this much, right? So we got all these three values. Now let's see the next part here, what we had to do, right? So the B part here. If the Amina throws the ball with angle phi equal to 60 degrees. So now we know the value of phi and the appropriate values of theta u such that Bina can catch it. What is the magnitude of the displacement S if the ball when it is caught by Bina, right? For this part only, take r equal to 1.5. So value of r is given, and it is enough to state your answer within a range of 0.5 meter, right? So why is it not asking for a uh, you know become actually very complicated, right? So let's see here what is happening. Yes, this was no, here is given actually, right? So if we just put the value of angle phi, we'll get these two equations, right? We'll get the these two equations by substituting the value of phi from where, from this equation, right? Tan phi equal to 2 alpha plus sine 2 alpha by this much. We'll just put the value of phi here and we'll get this equation. And if I tried to actually simplify it, but you can see here it is not getting any simpler than this, right? And even from this I could not get any closer value. So the only option I was left with is to randomly put the value of alpha. So first I put the value of alpha as pi by 3. Of course you will put the values which are actually for which the values of these sine and cos, right? So for the value of pi by 6 it was not satisfying, right? It was so far away. And for the value of actually pi by 4, both sides were almost close to each other, right? That means we can say that our solution will be closer if we take the value of alpha as pi by 4, right? So here, if we just put the value of alpha as pi by 4, what is happening here is the total displacement in this, if you just remember the diagram, right? This was the diameter line, right? AB line, and this was the total displacement that was equal to 2r cos alpha. And of course, the 2r cos alpha will become 2 into 1.5, that is 3 into cos 45, right? So 3 into cos 45 is approximately equal to 2.1, right? And if I actually try to solve this problem using graphs or um, these mathematical tools, the actual answer comes closer to that value. So actually this is not much far from the real answer. So this must be probably the real answer, right? So now moving on to the C part. So in the C part, you have to determine the speed of the throwing UD if Bina catches the ball at the point BOD, right? So she catches the ball at point D. That means the value of, if you just look here, if Bina catches this ball not at C but at D, right? Then this line will be here. That means this angle alpha will become 45 degree, right? So for the next part here, we know the value of alpha as 45 degree. You just have to put the value of alpha in the general expression, so you will get the value of u for that case. Again, in the D part, what was given is that you can take the same situation as in the part C, but you have to determine the value of omega for which the velocity u will have the minimum value, right? So how do we go about solving this part? So this part was relatively easier because if you see the expression of u here, all these quantities are constant, only this omega term is not constant. And ultimately we are adding two terms here, this one term here and another term here. And if we just and since we can see here that here is omega square in the numerator and here it is in denominator, if we take this am greater than gm inequality, so in the gm terms this omega square term will be cancelled out. So the geometric mean will be some constant, right? And the since we have to determine the minimum value of this sum of these two terms, and the minimum value will be equal to geometric mean. And when does it happen that am is equal to gm? Since we have to determine the minimum value of u, this will only happen that when these two terms, the sum of these two term will be equal to basically product two times product of these two term, right? Just from this equation am greater than gm, I am sure you can follow that, right? So for the this happens when actually these two terms are equal. So we'll just have to make them equal instead of differentiating and all. We can just make these two terms equal, and if we just make these two terms equal, the value of omega will come this, right? So this will be the value of omega, and of course the value of u minimum, since this term here and this term, both of these are equal, I can just replace this whole bigger term as this quantity, right? So this term is getting repeated. That means this is two times. So I can say that the value of u minimum will be equal to root 2 times into this much. So root 2 into pi g by 4 omega. So root 2 pi g by 4 omega. But again, I will have to, put the value of omega from here. So after that, this u minimum becomes this much, right? Again, the last part here, in the last part, altogether a different question is asked. Consider a case when Amina throws the ball when she's at end A and catches it herself when she reaches the point B, right? So Bina is not involved in this case, and we again have to find the value of u, theta, and phi. So this becomes altogether a different case because we cannot use the previous values. So in this E part here, let's say the projection, horizontal projection is along this direction making angle phi. Again, A has velocity omega r. So omega was already given in this question, right? Root g by r. So velocity of this girl Amina here will be in this direction, root gr. So this is actually nothing but equal to omega r, right? And if we just take the component of this velocity along this y direction, these two vectors will be adding together in this AB direction. Otherwise, the ball will not reach point B. Since it is reaching point B, that means the net velocity of in this horizontal plane must be along this AB line. That means these two vertical components or y components will be equal and opposite, right? So we got this v cos theta into sine phi equal to root gr. Again, the same argument for the time, since it is the displacement of this girl Amina from here A position to B position is actually equal to pi. So we can say the time period will, the time taken will be angular displacement pi by omega, and that becomes this much. And again, we can say that time taken by the projectile will also be the same. That means this 2u sine theta by g will be equal to this much. Again, from here we'll get the value of u sine theta as this much, right? And u cos theta sine phi is this much. Now we can just apply this range condition of the range, right? So this horizontal range along this line AB, that is equal to 2r equal to diameter, will be equal to the velocity along this direction, that is u cos phi, u cos theta into cos phi, this term multiplied by time. From here we get the value of u cos theta cos phi equal to this much, and we also know the u cos theta sine phi equal to this much. So we can just square these two terms, and we'll get the values of what sine square theta plus cos square sine square phi plus cos square phi will be eliminated, right? U cos theta will be common, right? So if we just square equation number 1 and equation number 3 and add it up, we'll be getting u square cos square theta equal to gr will be common, 1 plus 2 square 4 by pi square. This must have been pi square. So probably I made a mistake, or I don't know what has happened. Okay, let me check. U cos. Okay, so here is a mistake. You can correct it yourself, right? So this part is a mistake here. Again, so u sine theta part was coming from here. So that was this much, pi square by 4 and this much. Here in this denominator term, you can just assume it to be pi square here. That is what we made mistake. So u value will be equal to this much, right? And the last part here, tan theta. Again, there will be some correction because here the term should be 4 by pi square, right? So this tan phi will be equal to, from these two equations, just take the under root of these two equations and divide 2. So we'll get the value of tan phi also. Here just you have to take care that this is not 4 by pi, but this is 4 by pi square, right? So now we got all these values. Okay, so one part is also left. So that is up to you. You can determine the value of phi just putting the value of theta in any of these equations, right? So you can just put the value of cos theta in any of the equations. Since you know the value of tan theta, you can be you can be, it is very easy to determine the value of cos theta. So you can just put the value of cos theta here, and you will get the value of sine phi. So consequently, you will get the value of phi also, right? So this was the solution of this question. I hope you liked this, and if you did, please share this video with your friends, and also watch out the other content on the channel. Thank you.